World-renowned comedian and best-selling author Paula Poundstone, you've been summoned to jury duty. Television legal analyst Rikki Klieman, you've been summoned to jury duty.
You have got to be kidding.
Passion soap opera star Christopher Maleki, you've been summoned to jury duty.
Get my agent on the phone right now.
The only court show where celebrity jurors decide the outcome of your case. Jury duty. Don't even try getting out of it.
All rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Judge Bruce Cutler presides.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Sir.
Is that all rise or all right? Let me say hello to this beautiful-looking jury, and I want to welcome everybody to jury duty. Please be seated. Today, the plaintiff, Shirley McLemore, who runs a daycare business, you take care of other people's children, from what I understand, you're suing Shontelle Moore for reimbursement of babysitting services that you extended to her and for money owed on a car. Is that the idea?
Correct.
And you're suing for a total of $4,775.
Yes.
It's a great deal of money. And what does she owe you for?
For childcare for her kids.
All right.
Taking care of the kids for the month of November.
Did you ask Miss Moore for the money?
Yes, I did.
What'd she say?
I don't have any money.
All right. So you've asked her, and she says she doesn't have any money. Did you also help her buy a car?
Yes, I did.
Would you tell us about that?
She was taking the bus to and from work to my house to drop off her 3 kids, her 2 at that time.
3 children.
And yes, then she was getting to work late.
Good.
And they wanted to give her the job because she was through an agency.
Yes.
So she was coming in every day complaining, you know, they want to hire her and could she get some help to get her some transportation, blah, blah, blah. I went ahead and got the car for her.
You put down the money for her?
Yes, I put it on my American Express card for her. And I told her to type up a contract, which she did. She typed up the contract about the car.
Yes.
She did make payments on the car.
Oh, she did?
She did. She was making payments until she stopped.
And how much has she paid you?
That $1,500 is probably the amount that you have that she probably had paid down. But I have a list of all the payments here.
Oh, good. Would you give that to the good sergeant then? So where do we get the figure, and I'll come to you, Shontelle, in a moment. Where do you get the figure $4,775? That's a hefty amount.
The balance of the car,
Yes.
her child care, and my late fee for child care is $8 a day for 147, I think it was 147 days.
Right.
So that's where all the total came from.
I see.
Yeah.
So, Miss Moore, tell me what's true, and then you tell me what you disagree with.
Our verbal agreement was that she was going to get, I would have to pay her $2,000 back. The $2,000 that was left was going to be credited that the child care payment people gave her, because they gave her about a month and a half advance payment, because I didn't bring my kids to her until October. They were making payments to Shirley.
Is that so, Shirley?
Yes, they were.
How
And
much
they did
have you-
not pay me in advance.
And that's, well, who owes the money on the car?
I probably owe her $300. See, Shirley did not. I didn't want to
Shirley,
get,
is that
until
true?
I paid the car off. I
mean,
really didn't want to get the car registered in my name. I wanted you to do that. I didn't want you to charge the whole amount. She charged the whole amount. I didn't want her to do
but
that.
Chantel, you was sitting there
You
and I
told me
asked
you was
for
going
your
to pay the whole balance, and
$1,500.
then every time I turned around, you was talking about, oh, I'm being charged interest rate. But I thought you said in 2 months you was going to pay the whole balance off that you charged off. Then all of a sudden I'm here, oh, I'm being charged interest rate. Where is my money? I told you I came across some hard times.
Well, that's
Chantel,
true.
that was
I
never...
appreciate what you did, but like I said, you didn't do your end of the bargain. We agreed. Okay, yes, I drafted up the thing, but you said that you was going to charge. I got proof that they paid you 2 months in advance. The kids didn't start going to you until October. They gave you September payment. They sent you a September payment. Yes, they did for the whole month. I got the paperwork right here. I told you I was going to shred it, but I didn't.
No. Chantel, they pay me for the days I have the kids, okay? And I have all my
But you didn't have
paperwork
the
too.
kids in September. When did they start coming back with you?
I don't claim the payment, Chantel, till the kids start coming to me. Once the kids start coming to me, and it's effective on that date. They
But
send
what
me a
about all the
paper.
days you've been getting Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday? My time for my kids would
Chantel, you know
officially
what?
be charged is Thursday and Friday.
So Chantel,
I'm
what
charging,
you really...
I'm being paid.
You've been getting paid good from the
Chantel, what
children's
you're
service
saying
because they
is-
paid you for a whole week.
Okay.
Chantel, what you're saying is
when
that-
you and I discussed about the transportation, you told me the state will pay for transportation.
It's
to
very
for
tough
the
for
kids,
me with ladies
to and-
because
to
they...
and from.
I'm sorry, I'm
No,
listening.
it's very tough for me because I want to be gentlemanly, and that's my nature anyway. Chantel, are you saying that Shirley's getting paid?
Supposedly the
she's
kid's
kind of
father
getting
was
it
paid-
from
exactly.
from the governmental service, and she's getting it from other places
The
as well.
kid's father.
So she's getting more than she should.
Exactly.
That's what you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Shirley, you know, your work certainly is worth a tremendous amount, but you're not double billing anyone, are you?
Yes, she is.
No.
Shirley, you
no.
wouldn't do that.
Chantel told
Shirley,
me.
would you do that?
No, I wouldn't. Chantel
Yes,
told
she is.
Chantel.
Shirley, have you done that?
No.
Yes.
Chantel
So, Shirley,
said to
have
me.
you done that?
No, I have not.
Chantel, has she done that?
Yes, she has.
All right, so that's where we are.
No.
At least we know.
No.
We galvanize an issue.
No.
We
no.
galvanize
you
an
said
issue.
the state
signed
would
that-
pay me for the transportation.
That's what
tickets
you
to-
told me that they was
No,
going
I
to pay
did
you
not.
for
You told me
transportation. I don't know
that. I
nothing
didn't know
about
that.
paying for transportation. Oh, now
Chantel.
you
You know,
trying
I'll
to put
tell
it
you,
on.
Shirley
You know
and
about the
Chantel.
more about
Chantel,
this. You
no,
enlighten me
no.
about what they do
I
and
haven't
don't
had
pay
any
for.
Ladies,
kids
no,
that
but
pay
ladies-
me for the transportation.
ladies,
You told
because
me that.
You
Ladies-
told me the money that the extra money that Jim was paying you, you just was going to use
Ladies,
that
can I
as
just say
child
something?
as transportation.
Ladies, let me ask you something in front of
No.
Sergeant Shue. There's
Okay,
a lot
that's
of
the
no,
you're
Shirley-
right,
You
that's
said the money that
transportation.
Jim was
That's
giving you.
transportation.
That's
See,
the money you was going to
See,
say.
you just
But
said
you
it.
double billing them.
That's
You can't do
it.
that.
No,
You
that's
can't do that.
transportation, Chantel.
Chantel, no, I'm saying, and the reason I'm laughing is because you're such sophisticated ladies. You're beautiful ladies. And you do such good work. I mean, you're working, you have children, you're taking care of other people's children. You should resolve these things.
Oh, I tried.
But you should.
Yeah,
It's
leaving
got-
me rude
it's got
messages.
to
Why
be-
wouldn't return your
There's
phone
so many
call?
problems in this world. You've got to resolve this. You make a wonderful litigious couple in the fact of arguing over these things. But we've heard enough, meaning that the jurors want to ask you some questions. So you'll be receptive to that?
Yes.
Sure.
Will you? Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you both.
Coming up, the jurors demand respect, but will they get it?
Shontelle, you can talk to Shirley like that, but not to me. Now, my
I can talk to
question
whoever
is...
I feel like it. You talking to me like that, if you want respect, then you give respect.
Find out next on Jury Duty. You're watching Jury Duty, convenient justice without the late fees.
By way of a brief recapitulation, plaintiff Shirley McLemore is suing the defendant Shontelle Moore for money she believes is owed to her for daycare services and a car that she helped the defendant buy. So in order to help us resolve that in Jury Duty, we have three special jurors for this case. Christopher's going to start off.
Thank you. How does it make you feel to see her driving around in the car that you supposedly paid for?
Oh, it makes me feel awful.
In whose name is the car?
It's in my name.
I had to put in her name.
Christopher, go
But
ahead,
that's not
please.
what I wanted. I told you should put it in your name until
No,
I
you did
sell
not,
it.
Chantel.
Yes, I did. Now you're trying to change and
Until
flip
you
the
sell
script.
it.
Until I pay it off, I told you I didn't feel comfortable. You was like, "Oh no, go ahead and do it." I was like, "No, you go
Chantel,
ahead."
no, you did not say that. I was sitting in front of the man when you signed the contract.
You can do it. Ask.
God.
Well, if I would have known that, I would have brought him.
Chantel, how do you come up with a figure of $300?
Because I've been making payments to her, and that's about what I feel I owe
How
her.
much did you pay her?
I paid her a total of maybe, like she said, $1,500 or $1,600.
So
Okay.
Chantel, she helped you out basically.
Yes, she
So
did.
it sounds like it's a bad
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
She helped you out. So when you
Yes.
try to do everything you can to come to a compromise with her, to try to see eye to eye and say, well, let's work this out. I mean,
She didn't
said-
want to work it out. She felt like she
Chantel,
still
why
wanted
did I
to-
keep
Did she
calling
need
you?
to help you in the first place, though? Did she
Yes,
need
she
to help you?
did, but I
she
mean,
needed to?
she got her money. I got screwed in the long run. Did I get permanent child care? No, because you told me that, oh, I'm gonna try
Chantel,
to work
you
it.
lost your
Whatever
job,
you tried to work it out with them. That's what you told me. Don't sit up here and tell me that.
For your child care, for your children, for permanent child
Shontelle, you could have gone
custody?
to another child care provider. I told you do whatever you had to do if you wanted.
At the last minute, you told me to find another child care. They give me 2 weeks to find a new child care, like I'm going to find somebody.
Did you find another child care
No,
provider?
I didn't. In 2 weeks, by
Excuse
then
me,
they
yes,
told
she did. Yes, she did.
But they
it was
still-
a Mexican lady, and by the time you went back to her, you lost your job.
I got on hardship. Okay, didn't I told you my mother was diagnosed with cancer? We all had to come together
Shontelle,
financially and help her. I
that's
started
not-
having
that
problems
has
of my
nothing to do
own.
with
I
my
know it
problem.
doesn't matter to you, okay?
No,
But you're
this
going to school, you're getting a check for going to school.
When my
$50,
mother got
$60,
diagnosed with
$70.
cancer, I stopped
Pay me
going to
something.
school.
Well, I'm saying now, ladies.
Then I lost my job. Okay, I got on hard times.
Yes,
I lost
you
my
lost your job, like I
Okay.
said a few minutes ago.
But Ms. Poundstone, you can figure this out.
I'm sure I can figure this out. I've practically got it in my hip pocket already. Shontelle, I wanted to say to you that, you don't make payments based on what you feel you owe. You write the numbers down, and it's not based on feeling.
I'm not basing nothing on no
You
feelings.
said
I
earlier,
agreed to
so
pay
I
her
felt what I owed you.
$150.
So
I
I'm
paid
gonna ask-
her $150
Shontelle,
every
you
time.
can talk to Shirley like that, but not to me. Now, my
I can talk to
question is...
whoever I feel like it. You talking to me like that, if you want respect, then you give respect.
I'm kidding. Now, what I wanted to ask you,
She's a
I wanted to
comedian,
follow up
so
on
she's-
Chris's
Well, I'm a
question.
comedian too.
Well, you're pretty good.
Yeah, big one.
I wanted to follow up on Chris's question and ask where the $300 figure comes from.
That's the balance that's left that I owe her.
And were you paying off the car?
Yeah, I was paying her cash.
Uh-huh. And when you paid for the car, we never found out how much was the car to begin with, did we?
Yes, she did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you tell me
1,500
again?
was it?
$4,434.54.
That was the purchase price that she paid for the car.
Uh-huh. And you didn't want her to put it in your name? You didn't want her to pay it off all at
No,
once?
it is in my name. I wanted her to put it in her name. I did not want
That
her
was
to
never
charge.
discussed.
I did not. You are like at the dealership. I did not want you to even charge that amount. And I was like, are you sure? You sat up there in that man's face and told him that you was going to pay the balance off so you wouldn't be accrue interest rate. Now all of a sudden, oh, I'm getting hit interest rate charges.
Shontelle, why would I
Come
tell the
on.
man I'm going to pay it off?
One
The man
figure?
has
I-
nothing
We
to do with it.
discussed that in front of him because I didn't want to do it. I thought the car was
Ladies,
too
we're
much
going to
Ladies,
decide
money.
your
one-
case. I just
I
got to find out
I
one
want
figure.
Rikki
Shirley,
Klieman.
how much do you say you were paid back on the car? Or how much is owing on the car?
The balance on the car was $2,600 and some dollars, which is on the paper he has.
Okay.
That's the balance on
It's
the
the only
car.
thing I wanted to know.
What
was
was
just
it?
checking
Remember
to
you
see.
said that there was something that, remember you said there was
maybe
something that you
probably.
said you shredded and then you didn't?
Well, what I had shredded was I had to agree to her to shred her. They send you a statement telling you what months that they pay for your child care for, and what they paid for her was the month that my kids didn't go there.
So this
That's
is
what
the,
we
this is
had
the document
initially.
you did not shred? Can you
Exactly.
give that to the bailiff?
So,
Why
Sergeant,
did you
you'll
tell
have
her you
that.
shredded it? You said earlier, I told you I shredded, but I didn't.
Because that's what I just told her.
No, as a matter of fact, she's never told me she shredded anything. You know
This
why?
threatening
Because,
to shred
Shontelle,
upsets
I
me.
get papers from
You
the
had a
department
connection
also.
fit because she lied to me and told me that they was only giving her a certain amount of money. When I told her, oh, I received the document in the paper saying that they paid you this amount of money. Oh, why are they sending you that? They shouldn't be sending you that. You're not entitled to that. You did not say that. You
No,
got
I
it
did not.
because what you told me that they sent you was different than what that paper showed me.
Shontelle, why would I
Whatever.
tell you that when they approved
I
the
learned all of
paperwork-
this stuff. I don't run a child care business. Anything I learned it from you. That's what you
Shontelle.
told me. They shouldn't
Shontelle.
be sending you that
When they
information.
send
That's
the
what the
approval paper,
contract
it's
that
on the contract paper
that I
what they're gonna pay.
negotiated with them is
Chantel.
between me and them, not
Chantel.
you.
No, I don't.
Chantel, sorry.
You get a copy of that as well as I do.
Shirley, sorry, Shontelle, I understand there's a lot of, frustration, a lot of anger here. But the truth, I mean, if somebody just walked into this room right now, it would really sound like she really did you wrong. And in all
She's
actuality,
trying to make it seem like I did her
No,
wrong.
I understand.
I appreciate what she did for
right.
me. But she lied about
But
what we
she-
initially agreed
right.
upon.
But
the
she-
$2,000 that they gave her in advance, she's trying to wash that off because she don't want to get in trouble. Whatever.
Chantel,
That's
they
the
didn't
only
pay me
reason why
nothing
I
in
agree.
advance.
Yes, they did.
No, they don't.
When did the kids start going there?
Chantel, we're gonna look that over, I promise
they
you.
don't pay me for it.
What does that paper say?
Whenever that paper says, that's when they started.
They didn't start going
Chantel.
there.
Ladies, that's a good part of the job, yeah.
You know what, Shontelle? I have the same papers in my
Well,
folder
then
here,
let's
okay?
let me see it.
You know, I have them in here.
Let me
I don't
see
throw
it.
nothing away.
Let me see them then.
Well, let me say to our lovely ladies and gentlemen, have we heard enough What do you want to continue?
I think in an odd sort of way, yes.
Okay, so, Sergeant, we're adjourned.
One side wants money for childcare and a car. The other side is claiming fraud. Hear who the celebrities believe when Jury Duty returns. Welcome back to Jury Duty, making sense out of a bunch of screaming litigants.
Let's take a look at this daycare issue. You've got a case that's in two parts. The car part, that is, she bought a car, plaintiff bought a car for the defendant, the question of what's owed. That's a lot less complicated than the daycare issue.
Right.
The daycare issue, you got this woman who has this daycare center. She says she's owed a lot of money. And the defendant, Shontelle, says, hey, wait a minute, I don't owe you all that money because, I think this is what she says, my kids weren't there in October. I mean, my kids were there in October, they weren't there in September.
The kids didn't start going to you until October. They gave you September payment. They sent you a September payment. Yes, they did for the whole month. I got the paperwork right here. I told you I was going to shred it, but I didn't.
So why do I owe you for November if you got paid for September and my kids weren't there? But the plaintiff is saying, no, you owe me the money for the time that your kids were here, plus the fact, since I didn't collect it, you owe me late fee of $8 a day, which is a little usurious, I would say.
You know what is occurring to me, though, is, so this is going along, and at what point did she buy her the car? Because it's a really strange thing to do, come to think of it. To buy her the car if there was some sort of, if there was something about Shontelle that said, hey, she's not going to come across with what she's supposed to if she already seemed sort of flaky in this way, then why would she buy her car?
Because her what Shirley's whole act of buying her the car and having this daycare center, that Shirley seems like a really saintly kind of woman. I mean, she's caring for people's kids.
Thing. Honestly,
I think we should focus more on the car issue and what's owed then, because as you said before,
it's just very difficult to
decide. Too much going on. And yeah, I think that she was compensated for that month that's in question. That's why I think we should sort of push this aside and focus more on the automobile.
It's a bizarre set of circumstances. So, I mean, it's the question, do we think she should be owed the balance of the car, as she calls the balance of the car? Or Shontelle says, well, no, I just owe her $300, and I think she picked that figure out of the air.
Yeah.
A confusing case indeed, but which side did the jurors believe more? Find out next on Jury Duty. Hollywood can't wait to hear your case. Call or log on to juryduty.tv and get celebrity justice on your side. You're watching Jury Duty. Don't even try getting out of it.
Ms. Klieman, has the jury reached a unanimous verdict?
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Thank you very much. And Sergeant Hugh, would you get that for us? Ladies, this was a difficult case for everybody, because in jury duty, the jury makes the decision if it's unanimous. So they have held for the plaintiff, Shirley McLemore, but not for what you sued, Shontelle. They've held for you $2,600 for the car. They've given no decision on the daycare because they couldn't reach a decision on that. The case seemed not proven properly. So I think what this shows, Shontelle, is that they subtracted $1,600 that you paid her back. They came up with about $2,835, but the book value said only $2,600. I came up with the same judgment. I didn't want to fool with the daycare. It was subsidized, and it was murky, and it wasn't clear. But the car issue was a little bit dicey as well. But the book value was $2,600. So, and this is jury duty, and the case is now over.
The jury has ruled for the plaintiff, Shirley McLemore. She has been awarded a partial judgment of $2,600.
We had no choice but to come to the verdict that we did, which makes me understand it was a good thing I went to law school.
I did not go to law school, and I don't know how evident that is, but that's why I see this case as a verdict very much in favor of eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Today's show has been brought to you by, from the Epiphone Company, makers of fine musical instruments, comes the Special 2 electric guitar. When you're serious about music, choose Epiphone, a division of Gibson Musical Instruments.